I'm Jake Vedder, and this is On the Farm.
How we doing, man?
Jake Vedder.
Great to meet you.
What an honor to meet you, man.
Great to meet you, man.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We're going to take the opportunity today to show you about dairy farming. Man,
Awesome.
You're going to get an inside look at dairy farming and everything that goes into milk production. And by the time you leave here today, you'll be a certified dairy farmer.
I like it. I'm ready to put my farmer's hat on and get to work. 5'11". It's my new security. When I travel everywhere, it's my new security right here. Come mess with me. Right?
So you got to hang out with some pretty awesome people being in the Olympics and doing all these things. Tell me about that, because I feel like I'm now in your shoes. That I have like a superstar hanging out at the farm. I'm hanging out. This is the coolest day of my whole in the whole wide world. And I feel like that was probably something similar that you went through when all of a sudden you're on the big stage with the big folks. Tell me about it, man.
Well, first off, thanks for having me out to the farm.
Dude, my pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's super cool. So my story, I grew up in Pinckney, so it's a little small town. I like to say I grew up to the other people in the world, on the farm, but I really didn't grow up on the farm like you.
One of the one-stoplight towns, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
We love it.
Yeah, I started skiing when I was 2, snowboarding when I was 5, and fast track through when I made the Olympic Games. And back to your question, sitting next to some cool people, it was crazy. Like walking through opening ceremonies, I literally sat for 3 hours right next to Shaun White. That was like, all right, man, you're here, and it's like right next to these same people.
Rubbing shoulders with all the just the people that you grew up watching, that Shaun White is a pioneer of the the pipe.
Yeah,
and it was like, that he was a name that I saw forever and ever and ever, and then all of a sudden 2022 comes around and there's this local boy. And you're like, this is so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Jake and David meeting.
All right, man, so the ultra basics of driving a tractor, you got your clutch on the left, you got your brake on the right, and you got your go fast right here. That's the throttle.
Okay.
In order to get moving, you're gonna have to use your gears, and then this one is your bucket. So you're gonna pull that one straight back in order to make the bucket go up, and you'll push it straight forward and make it go down.
Second interview, take 1. Boom, we're on. You got all these animals out here, and obviously you got 700 acres of farming. Does all that farming go to feed the animals? How does that work? I'm a snowboarder, so fill me in. How does that work?
So we're in a very unique and special situation where we don't actually need all of our acres to do just the dairy to feed the cows. So we have a good chance that we can do cash crop as well. So we'll have about 100 acres of alfalfa. We'll have about 100 acres of corn that get dedicated to the cows. And then we'll have another about 50 acres of wheat that we grow in order to dedicate to the cows. So all that goes together, when we harvest each individual crop, that'll all get put together into what we call a TMR. So that's a totally mixed ration. And what that then does is put a healthy, balanced, nutritious diet in front of the cattle. Yeah, so we got, it's in office situations, you got your conversations around the bubbler. We kind of have the same situation over here, and like what you'll see over here is, they're having a drink. And then this is what we were talking about with that TMR. So in this mix, we got a little bit of corn silage, we got a little bit of haylage, there's some soybean meal, and then high moisture corn. Over here, we got our sand piles. That is what we use for the bedding of them. So as they're laying down out in the barn, that is what they're laying on. Over here, we got a calving barn. So when the cows have their little babies, they'll do that in this barn over here. And that'll be all hanging out, that they'll have a nice, secluded, clean place to have a new baby.
I can do a cheers right there. Yeah. Actually, look at each other when you guys do a cheers.
Look at each other when you do cheers.
That looks a little bit too romantic.
Still rolling? Still rolling.
Cool, man. So tell me about the places that you go for training for the Olympics. I've been all around. What are the things that you have to do to acquire the proper nutrition? While you're competing, to be able to maintain your correct diet?
Yeah, that's a really good question too. As an athlete, it's so important, and it's actually when you're on the road, it's so much harder to be able to get those one-stop shop nutrition items. So obviously, when I'm going to the local grocery store, I'm looking for that chocolate milk or even white milk. Chocolate's my favorite, but you know, you're really looking for that one-stop shop for nutrition. So there's some athletes that limit themselves on, you know, there's such a strict diet now, but then when they travel, they can't find all those special foods. So milk is that one item also that's a one-stop shop. It's got the nutrition and it's everywhere. You can find it everywhere.
Little taste of home.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Helps keep you grounded.
But not like Krafft Farms. I mean, come on.
Well,
come
you
on.
know, there's only one Krafft Farms.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, Jake, I appreciate you coming out to the farm, man. It has been an absolute pleasure showing you around, and you know, you're not too far away, so hit me up and we'll go hit the slopes one day.
Absolutely, man. Come on down. Thanks for the tour today, and I can't wait to get you guys out on some snowboards. Let's go.
All right, brother, let's
See
get
you
it.
guys.